Alrighty team, what a day it has been for me. So, my day started with a blown out tyre. Talk about an interesting beginning to the day. But it did make me think about this. Two parts. One, challenges. Challenges are just going to be part of your life. And part of completing 126 is that it makes you better at handling said challenges. The other part is that how your day starts matters. How you start your day matters. And look, there is so much on the internet that talks about, your morning routine and how perfect it has to be. And, here are the 7,300 things that you should do to start your day off on the right foot. And look, I've been down that path. I've looked at all this stuff. I've tried a lot of it. I've had a crack at a fair chunk of it. And look, there is certainly something to be said in that, in how much it affects your day, how much better off you are, how much better your day flows, all that kind of stuff. There really is something to be said for it. That being said, I think a lot of that, morning routine, start your day on the right foot, all that kind of stuff, comes from people who, basically have different life setups to your average person. As I said, I've been down that path. I did a lot of that stuff, especially when I was someone who didn't work set hours. When, and pre-kids as well. When I had the opportunity to pick how I wanted to spend my day, when I had the opportunity to do things the way I wanted to do them. Yeah, I did a lot of that morning routine, and it was like I had to make sure my day started with, getting the cold therapy, then meditation, then journaling, then exercising, and all this kind of stuff, and it flows into this sequence of events that, sets you up for this fantastic day, sets you up to have the best possible day in the right mindset, in the right physical state, in the right vibration, all that kind of stuff. And if you have that capacity, I would 100% recommend it. There is a whole, series of different things that you can do, which would benefit your life and your day greatly. That being said, it's not always a reality of life. And especially as I have kids, especially as I've, stepped into this life and running the sessions. Like I work 45 hours a week running sessions. My day starts, my first session is 6 a.m. So I'm off to the races. I don't particularly have time to go work out and do journaling and meditation and, getting in the sauna or an ice bath or, any of these kinds of things, do deep breath work. I literally wake up at 5 a.m., get myself motivated, get myself crack-a-lacking, and off we go. Yes, I do often do my workouts at 6 a.m. That is a benefit to the way my life has been geared, the way I have chosen to live my life, and I'm very appreciative of this fact that I get to live this manner. But I also work out with other men doing 126 to greatness. That is a working workout for me. As I said, I am blessed in the manner that I get to utilize that time that is work time, but also for my own benefits. But yeah, it's not a reality of this thing. There is a lot of stuff when I talk about, optimizing yourself in chasing greatness and getting the work done, that some of it will just depend on, what the reality of your life is. And you still have to show up for work. You still have to go do that kind of stuff. The rest of the stuff isn't time dependent. It is, you can do it at any point of the day. You just have to make a priority. You must work out every day. You must go for a weighted walk every day. You must read your 10 pages. You must, take your daily photos. You must complete your greatness list. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't have time to do my greatness list. I was like, you're in control of what's on it. Pick the things that matter most to you. Pick the things that are going to drive you forward. They could be simple things that take you 3 minutes to do, but it's about picking things that are going to benefit your life and improve you forward. But things that are 100% dependent on a particular time of day, I will never put in, because the reality of it is, it depends on how your fucking day is structured, as I said. But within that, there are things that I would strongly recommend, and things where I'm like, we need to make better choices. How you start your day will dictate a lot of how the rest of your day goes. And no matter how busy you are reasonably in control. You still have some components that you can make good choices on. And the example I would give is twofold. One, just the way my day structured today, I didn't have to be there at 6 a.m. I could start at 7 a.m. And instead of just continuing to get up to do it as normal, to try and get my day in the right fashion, I was like, you know what? An extra hour of sleep would be magnificent. As you know, my son is not sleeping well at the moment. So I was like, yes, grabbing an extra hour of sleep would be perfect. Did I pick up an extra hour of sleep? No, I did not. My children were already up. My children were decided that we were going to be up. Look, granted, I had a wonderful morning with my kids, so overall, that was not wasted time. But it meant that my workout was delayed. It meant that my walk was delayed. It meant that the other areas of my things got kicked down the line, and I ended up feeling more tired because I kind of had this wake up, half sleep, half doze thing. And I've spoken to you before about sleep hygiene, and part of that sleep hygiene is getting up at the same time every single day. If you have an up and down schedule like this, it is going to fuck with your sleep. You are not going to sleep as well. So you need to make sure you're also making the right choices on that side of things. And when you can control how you start your morning in that fashion, don't hit snooze. Don't hit the sleep in. You are sending signals to your mind that this isn't important. You are also not getting more sleep by snoozing. If you're gonna have a sleep in, make sure it's an active choice, not a I'm too lazy, I'm too tired, I'm too exhausted to get out of bed. Make it a definitive choice at the bare minimum a night before, change the alarm clock and do it that way. Because you will feel better from actually getting an extra hour sleep, or even if it's just 15 minutes sleep. But the waking up, snoozing is actually going to make you more tired because it means you dip in and out of the sleeping cycle. And this is the side of things that you need to make conscious decisions on. And I think it matters. The other side of it is what you then choose to utilize within your time frame, how you choose to view things. And this is a big one of perspective matters. Perception matters. How you choose to interact with situations matter. So if you wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck, another early morning, fuck, another day that I have to get up and go to work. You know what? There's a good fucking chance that that's not going to be a good day. If you wake up and actively choose to jump out of bed, excited for the day, ready to take on anything and everything that comes your way, there's also a good chance that things are going to get better. They're going to be better. That life is going to feel better from making these choices. And these are the things where you are in control. And look, it may take you a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks, I don't know, to get used to this habit of choosing positivity when you wake up in the morning. But eventually, the choosing of positivity will make life better. It will make your day flow better. When you start your day out on the right foot, things just get better. They feel better. And there are lots of little things like this where we are in control, and we're in control of the perspective and the choice and control of the narrative. And it matters. And it doesn't take much effort to change this perspective. It doesn't take much effort to shift how you feel about these types of things. So yeah, I would strongly recommend that you take a minute, and it can be just a minute, first thing in the morning, and choose gratitude. Be thankful for things. Wake up and be like, I am grateful for X, Y, and Z. I'm grateful for my kids. I am grateful for my wife. I am grateful for the opportunity to be in control of my situation. I am grateful for the abundance and the blessings that are all around me. I'm grateful that today is going to be a great day. And it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy that, yeah, today is probably going to be a good day because you've already decided that it's going to be a good day. And it also means when, shit happens, that you will be in a better place straight off the bat for those things. Because, as I said, shit happens. So today, I'm driving to work, and I don't know what it was about today, but I had an inkling. I kind of looked at my car, and something felt wrong. Couldn't tell you what it was. Couldn't for the life of me put my finger on it. So I overrode my intuition. Never a good idea. Never override your intuition. Then as I'm driving, I'm like, something sounds funny. But same thing. I was like, no, I got to get to work. I'm going to be late. Got to get moving on this. So I overrode my intuition. Suddenly, I hear a bang. And then, the car starts shaking. I just thought it was me running over the line dividers. So once again, I overrode my intuition. What do you know? Suddenly it really starts shaking. Then it starts violently shaking. And I'm like, fuck, something is wrong. And I'm like, so I'm slowing down. I'm like, maybe I can ride it into town. Because, the tire place is quite near where I work. I was like, just maybe I can ride it in there and I can just dump it there. Get pretty close to town and no. I am like, if I continue driving this, I don't think it'll drive ever again. So I pull over to the side of the road and I park it. And I get out and I have shredded that tire. It is blown. It is not coming back from that. Like, it is done and dusted kind of thing. And that was the start of my morning. So yes, I was late. I was considerably late to work. In fact, I had to cancel that session. I then had to hike my ass into town to get it there because I couldn't get the tire off. I couldn't get it to work. Go talk to the guy, realize that I'm a complete numpty. And what I thought was blocking me from getting the tire off was just me being a special ed. So I walked my ass back out to the car, start jacking it up, getting it ready, and he was right, and I'm starting to get the tire off, and lo and behold, the jack breaks. Car comes crashing down. Thankfully, I was not underneath it as this happened. Could have been disastrous, but I am parked on the side of the highway in a gap that's only just big enough for a car. Call the dude up, he comes out, brings a jack, take the tire in, be fixed tomorrow. But it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm normally home by 11. I've spent probably 4 hours dealing with this today. And, I was telling a friend about it, and they were like, oh, you must be fucking furious. And I was like, it just is what it is. And I think this is the thing as I was talking to you before about perspective, about how situations affect people. Everyone's like, that's fucked. Your situation's fucked. And I was like, it just is what it is. Perception is reality. And I don't want to live in this thing of like, whoa, is my fucking life. My life is fucking horrible. Shit happens. Life happens. And I read this thing a while ago, and I think it's the best way to view it because challenges are going to arise. Problems are going to arise. Things are going to go wrong. This is just a reality of your life. You can either choose to get really frustrated, get upset, get angry, and focus on the parts that you can't control. Or you could view it like this, that this is just a timeline split, that this happened for a particular reason. You might not ever know that reason. You might not ever see the reason. You might never understand the reasoning behind it. But know that this is just a timeline split. And it happened for a reason. And if you can embrace it that way, look at it as being a positive thing, overall your happiness will be better, your stress levels will be better. You will just feel better about things, because when things go wrong, you don't view it as the world is out to get you, that something is trying to get you. No, it's just a timeline split. You are splitting off into a higher timeline. And you can view this however you want it. It could be God's intervening on your behalf. It could be karma's coming and it's pushing you towards something better. It could just be, the luck of the universe and something better is coming. But pessimistic people have pessimistic lives. Things just don't work out for them. They think everything's always going to go wrong, and lo and behold, they're right. I truly believe that how you view the world and how you choose to experience things as they happen to you impacts your life. If you feel like everything always bad happens to you, look, everything always bad happens to you. If you feel like you are the luckiest man on the God-given planet and everything always works out for your highest good, it's amazing how frequently that happens, how everything just falls into place for you. I truly believe that what we choose to believe and how we view the world is a self-fulfilling prophecy. And when you view the world that way, it's like giving gratitude first thing in the morning. It's like everything's always working out for you. It's like all these kinds of things. It's so often that it's just how it's meant to be. And I've spoken about this before. I've been living a shadow career. I have not been stepping into what I was called to do as a man. And yet, I firmly believe that I had to live that shadow career first. I had to live that out first, because if I'd reached this point and tried to teach what I am teaching now, when I first started at fucking 21 years old, one, I wouldn't have had the experience. Two, I would have probably wasted my time and been out of the business, because who wants to hear what a 21-year-old thinks on leading a, valuable life? Nobody. They haven't experienced any life to have any quantitative knowledge on that. So I needed to go through those stages to reach this point. I needed to have the wake-up call and do this properly, and then completely fuck it up, because I learned so much from my fuck-ups. Our failures teach us more about it. I had to go through the scare of dying to really understand where I was. I had to go through these experiences with my children to reach a point to be able to go, you know what? Being a father is truly the greatest thing I've ever done with my life. And this is who I'm talking to. This is what I am teaching, to lead by example. I had to go through these experiences to reach this point. So yeah, everything is always working out for my highest good. It is always working out in my favor. I had to go through these things to reach this point so that I could be here to teach these kinds of things. And when you view it that way, life is that much better. And I truly, truly believe that. And you can take that as face value, as some woo-woo stuff, or even if it's just, keeps you happier because the perspective is happier. Whatever it may be, I think it is still a better way to live your life. And I particularly came to this thought process and this decision on it today because just after my jack broke, right? And I was like, fuck, okay, I'm going to have to call the guys in. They're going to come out and they're going to sort it for me. That's fine. But yeah, just after that jack broke, I hopped back in the car, and you know what happened? There was a truck speeding down towards me, and a car cut in front of it. And so he slammed on the brakes and swerved. And if I'd been out there with my jack, trying to get the wheel back onto that car, I have zero doubt, based on how close that man came to my car, that I would have died this morning. So yes, it was a great inconvenience that my jack broke. Would I have wished that? No. But I am convinced that if my jack hadn't have broken, I would not have been here today giving you this chat. I would not be talking to you today. My kids would not have a father coming home to them. My wife would not have a husband. The people that I look after and serve would not have that. The universe decided that I could take a little bit of an inconvenience to still be here, to still serve. I have a reason and a purpose to be here. So that's why it did it. And this is why I think your perspective on this matters, because you never know what purpose those things that you think are inconvenient or awful or shit's just hit the fan, you never know what those things could be saving you from or setting you up for. They are there for a reason. And I think that when you can just accept and surrender to the universe that everything is working out for your highest good, things just continually flow better and better and better for you. And as I said, and if nothing else, at least you'll be happier. You won't always be pissed off and stressed about it. And that alone, I think, is worth believing this way. So there you have it. That's my views on these kinds of things. Now, as always, if these things struck a chord, they connected with you, you know, I dropped some nuggets of wisdom or blew your fucking mind wide open, please like, comment, subscribe, join the movement, help me grow this movement. Let me know that I am connecting to you and you're appreciating what I am talking about, because it helps me grow. It helps me produce more content so that I can continue to serve you this way. And if you are ready to take the next step, please click the link in my bio, join the Daily Greatness Mail. There will be very soon daily tidbits there to help you chase your greatness. And lastly, if you are ready to burn the motherfucking boats, to go all in, to become the man, the father, the husband that you know you should be, then just message me directly. Let's start 126 to greatness. Let's see what you're truly made of and see who you can become when we cut away all the bullshit. But until then, talk soon.